this is Jen from Newton's Nook Designs, and I'm here today to give you a close look at our brand new January release. This is our first release for 2023, and we're starting things out with all the things that we love. We've got cats, we've got dogs, we've got treats, chocolates, and all kinds of yummies. So what I'm going to do is walk through the release today. I'll give you a closer look at each of the new products, and then I'll show you some cards that I made with them so you can get some inspiration. We'll start things out with the two paper pads. The first one is called Love and Chocolate. And this one is filled with all kinds of yummies. Perfect for Valentine's Day or just anytime you want to make a sweet card. We've got the chocolate dipped strawberries, some conversation hearts, some bonbons, more chocolates in cute little wrappers, a whole stand of chocolates, little cupcakes, donuts, and then some general hearts, love letters, and more hearts, and even more hearts. Then we've got some macarons, and we're back to the chocolate covered strawberries. And then on the other direction is a little bit more of the simpler patterns, some stripes, more hearts in different colors, stripes. So lots of things you can mix and match. And I wanted to mention, even though it's not part of this new release, it was previously released, that this does coordinate really well with our Love and Chocolate stamp set. It actually has the same name even. So I'll show you what that looks like. That's this one here. And it's got the word chocolate really big, and then makes everything better. Chocolate is the answer. Chocolate is best on days that end in Y. So all kinds of fun sentiments like that. And that's where this little cake stand came from. And you can stack the chocolates on top of the cake stand, and that actually is what's in this paper pad. So I colored it and made pattern with it, wherever that one went. There it is. So that's kind of based off of this. So you could coordinate those together if you wanted to. The set is previously released, but it goes great with this brand new paper. So I just wanted to mention that. Created with that, then I do have a card that uses that chocolate Love and Chocolate stamp set. So here's an example of how you could coordinate them together. So here I stamped all of those cute little chocolates and die cut them out using the matching die, and then I added even, I don't know if you can see, but they have a little bit of gloss on them, and then I coordinated them with a couple of chocolate papers from the pack, and then a couple of just plain heart papers to kind of balance that out so it's not just all chocolates. And then I added the sentiment on the bottom, and that was die cut out using a banner from our A7 Frames and Banners die set. And there's a piece of vellum here from our Circle Frames die set. So just a fun way to combine the paper with that Love and Chocolate stamp set. I have another one that I created, and this time I used our Candy Heart stamp set. That one is also one that's previously released, but it goes really great with this paper. So you have different little candy heart sentiments that you can put on the heart, and then this is what I created with that. So I coordinated it with the paper that has all the sentiments on it, and then I also cut out a few other papers from the Love and Chocolate paper pad. And then I cut this whole panel out using the Frames and Flags die set. And the purple is also from the Frames and Flags die set. So you can see how fun it is to match the stamp sets with the papers. And of course you don't have to do that. You can just add a Happy Valentine's Day or make it simple. But it's really fun to mix and match, and there's so many options of what you can do. So I just wanted to show you a couple sets that went with that. Next we have our Love and Wolves paper pad. So this one is filled with puppies. So if you're a dog lover, you are going to adore this one. We've got all kinds of dogs with hearts. This is a Labrador with a stack of hearts and one on his nose. We have that same candy heart pattern, but on these ones we have sentiments that are related to dogs, like possum, I wolf you, puppy love, and it's kind of in the palette of this paper pad, so a little bit less pastel, more reds and aquas. And then we have some puppies snuggling together, some paw prints on the hearts. This one might be my favorite. We've got dachshunds wearing cute little sweaters with hearts on. So adorable. This one has pugs with hearts because we all love our pugs. And some just paw prints that match the color palette. Here's a dog hugging a giant heart, which is going to come up in our next stamp set called Puppy Heart. And then here's some more dogs carrying hearts, just different varieties of dogs. So hopefully there's one in there that looks like your dog or that you just appeals to you to use. Paw prints and hearts together. And corgis with hearts. Love the corgis. And then we're back to the beginning. And then in the other direction we have the simpler patterns, hearts, stripes, polka dots, more hearts, a plaid. So just great things that you can mix and match together with those puppies. So I did also want to mention, this one is about dogs. We do also have a cat version that we released last year called Love and Meows. So if you prefer cats, or are you just more of a cat person, or maybe you want both, the colors coordinate so you can mix and match. This one is from last year and it's the same concept, lots of kitties and hearts. And then on the other side, more basic patterns. So just so you know, we didn't forget the kitties. We had them last year, and this year we added the dogs. So now we have 2 paper pads of kitties and puppies. For the paper pad with the puppies, though, I created this adorable card that says, I really dig you. And that's from the next set I'm going to show you, the puppy heart. And then I just selected a few different patterns that I like and a layout that I liked and just cut them all into squares. And then I left the square white so that I could put a sentiment there. And then I added a heart using our Heart Frames die set. So that's just a fun way to make a Valentine for someone that likes dogs. And then this you could also just use for any time of year, really, and it would be great for an anniversary card, or just to let someone know you care, or just someone who loves dogs would just like this any time of year. So it doesn't have to be just for Valentine's Day. Okay, as I mentioned, next we have our Puppy Heart stamp set. So this one includes that doggy you just saw with a big heart in front of him, just a giant heart. And the heart is blank so that all these different sentiments can be placed on it. So you can choose what you want your heart to say. I really dig you, friends forever, you make my tail wag, wolf you be mine. And then there's a little bone and an extra little heart. So you could decorate the heart. I've seen people cut it out of a pattern paper and layer it on top, or you can add the sentiment onto it. So there's a lot of options for that. And of course there is a coordinating die set available that cuts out the puppy, the heart, and the bone. Here's what I created with the Puppy Heart stamp set. So this card, I stamped the puppy and I embossed Wolf You Be Mine in the center of his heart, and I watercolored the puppy. So I had stamped him on watercolor paper, and it just turned out so adorable. I love with watercolor how you can get these kind of fun textures. And then I layered him over a circle. The stitch circle is from our Circle Frames die set. And then for the background, I used that same paper again. This time I chose 3 patterns that I thought worked well together, and I cut them out to fit inside our framework die set. If you ever want to get something to fit inside the framework die set, the Total should be 4 3/4 this way and 3 1/2 that way, and then that will fit right inside the edge of the framework die set, and the frames and flags, they're the same size. And then I just added a cute little red bow. So super simple card to make. The hardest part was watercoloring, and that's always fun to do. So this would be easy if you want to make a bunch of Valentines for a class or a bunch of friends. And it was really fun to make. Next we have Newton's heart, because we have to have a set with Newton. Newton has, so this is the same type of set. We've got a big heart here and some sentiments that fit inside it. And this time they're a little bit more cat themed. So we've got, you make my heart purr, you're perfect, be my Meowentine, and feline the love. And of course a little heart too, so you can add a little heart to your design. Really fun sentiments with that. And this one has the coordinating die available as well, with the cat and the heart, the little heart. So another fun set, this one for kitty lovers. So using this set, the Newton's heart, I created this fun Valentine that says, be my Meowentine. And again, I watercolored the image. So you can see some really fun watercolor textures, stamped it on watercolor paper. And then I used our Fancy Edges tag die to create this tag. And this is a really fun die set because the tag has this basic tag shape, and then it has these little borders so you can decorate your tag. So you can cut the tag out of the pattern paper and then add this cute little border, and it has this little tag reinforcer hole too. So lots of fun options you can do with that tag. And this one, the paper I used here is from the Love and Meows paper pad that I showed you earlier. And then I used some vellum behind that. And the last layer is hearts from our Petite Heart stencil. And they were layered on there with a texture paste that's white. And then I cut that out using our Frames and Flags die set. And this vellum was also cut out with the Frames and Flags die set. So it's really a fun way to diffuse the background but still add a fun layer on a card, as that's my favorite thing to do with vellum. Next we're going to go back to dogs. So this time we have a whole pile of dogs. This one is called Never Enough Dogs. So this fun image features a whole bunch of dogs in a pile, and then there's a girl in the back giving a thumbs up because she loves all the dogs. I'm sure there's some of you that can relate to this image. And for sentiments with this one, we have find your happy place, sending piles of possum wishes, and then a little thought bubble with a heart in it and a plain heart. So this image is really fun to color. You can get a coordinating die if you'd like. It has the big image and the little heart and the thought bubble. So let me show you what I created with that. Here's my card, and this time I chose to use colored pencils, which I don't do as often as I do Copic markers or watercolor, but it was so fun because with the colored pencils you can really create lots of texture. And this Afghan dog here, she just needed some texture in all of her fur, so I chose to do pencils with that one. And then we've got a Corgi, a Labrador, and then just some kind of general dogs on the bottom. Just a lot of fun dogs to color in different colors. And the girl, I gave her a blue shirt and some yellow hair, and I added this heart bubble here. And then for the background, I created a sunny scene. This is sun was stenciled using our Sunscape stencil. And then the grass and hill on the bottom were stenciled using our Hills and Grass stencil. And that's one of those long border stencils. It has grass on one side and a hill on the other. So it's really fun to create scenes with. And that's how I created that. And this edge, of course, is Frames and Flags again. I tend to use that one a lot. It's just so much fun to add a little detail to the edge of your image instead of just having a square cut. And of course, find your happy place. Fit perfectly inside the sunshine. So it was a really fun card to make. I hope you guys have fun coloring all these doggies. They were really fun to color. I have one more set to share. This last one is never enough cats. So if you can't have enough dogs, you can't have enough cats either, right? So the same lady, or a different one, is in this pile of cats here, and they're just all stacked up. There's even one on her head. And then the sentiments are, cover yourself in happiness, which she certainly has, or meowtons of thanks. If you want to send a thank you card to someone, it's a great way to do it in a humorous way with a whole bunch of cats. And this one, we have 2 hearts this time, a solid one and an outlined one, and then a heart thought bubble. And the nice thing about that is if you have both sets, the thought bubbles are going different directions. So you could choose if you want one facing this way or that way, mix and match them. And this has a coordinating die set available as well. The stack for the animals, and then the 2 different hearts and the speech bubble. For that set, I created this pretty card. I kept it really simple because I wanted the image to really pop out, and on this one I did use Copic markers to color, and I colored the cats in a bunch of different colors and added stripes to a lot of them and shading, gave them all pink cheeks. So it was really fun to color this image. And then the girl, she has an aqua colored shirt here and some brown hair with her thumbs up, and then I added the little thought bubble there. So really fun. And you can color all the cats the same color. You can color them all different colors. You might want to do some with stripes or calicos. The sky's the limit. It's so fun to do all the different colors on the cats. And then this one, I kept the cards simple. Again, I cut a square that was 4 3/4 by 3 1/2 because that fits nicely inside this edge. And then I just used a piece of masking tape to get that nice clean edge, and I stenciled on one side of it the brown, then I moved it and I stenciled on the other side of it the blue, so you have a nice little landscape there, or break of color from the blue to the brown. And then I added the sentiment, cover yourself in happiness, on the top. But you could certainly have done meowtons of thanks as well and made this into a thank you card. Either way. And then for the background on this one, I used the Love and Chocolate paper. It has those tiny little hearts, and I thought those matched really well with what I had colored. So I chose that one, and I cut it out using the Frames and Flags die set again. So that is where we are this month. We are loving cats, we are loving dogs, we are loving treats. Let me show you again everything I created. So we got piles of cats, piles of dogs, a kitty Valentine, a puppy Valentine, some new puppy paper, and some sweets and chocolate and the other paper pad. So many fun things. I hope you've enjoyed seeing all the things that you can create with our new products. Everything is available now at newtonsnookdesigns.com. Everything will be linked on the homepage or the new category. But I encourage you to go under holidays, love, and Valentine. That's where you find the Valentine category, because there's so many cool things in that category too, and you might see something else that would work great with the new paper. Some more, that's where you'll find the Love and Meows paper pad, and lots of really cool stuff for Love and Valentine's. And just remember that just because it's a Love or Valentine set doesn't mean you can only use it for Valentine's Day. A lot of the sets I try to add sentiments in them so that you can use them throughout the year for just appreciation or an anniversary card or celebration or something like that. So a lot of the images are definitely ones that can go beyond just Valentine's Day. So keep that in mind when you're looking at stuff, and I'm sure you'll find something that you'll just fall in love with and want to use for Valentine's Day, and then can pull back out again when you need an anniversary card or just want to send someone caring thoughts. So I hope you have enjoyed this video today. I enjoyed going through everything with you. Make sure that this is only what I made, so there's a lot more inspiration on our website, on our blog, Facebook, Instagram. So make sure you follow us on those channels to see more ideas from our design team. They did an amazing job working with all these things. And while you're here, make sure you like and subscribe our YouTube channel. We really appreciate that. Hit the bell so you can be notified when we upload new content. We're definitely trying to add content to YouTube more, so we'll be having new videos this year. So you'll definitely want to stay in touch with us there. We really appreciate you watching. So thank you so much. If you have any questions about anything, or just want to let me know what you think, I'd love for you to comment below, and I will link to everything in our shop as well. So thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.